Hi there guys, today we're wishing Rewind Records a happy birthday. Hi there guys, welcome back to my channel. Well, welcome if this is your first time, and if it is your first time, hit like and subscribe below. Really does make the channel grow. Today's video is all about Rewind Records in Sudbury. There's the t-shirt. I got this as a freebie yesterday. They were celebrating yesterday. They were celebrating a year of trading. They had a special day where the first 15 people that spent more than £10 got a free gift, and I was one of the 15. We'll cover that in a second. Every record I'm showing you today I got from Rewind Records. All really good purchases. So without further ado, let's crack on with this vinyl finds video. And this first record is I've got to go careful with the sleeve, because the YouTube bots might smite me if I don't block out the offensive picture. This is of course Blind Faith, supergroup consisting of Steve Winwood, Eric Clapton, Ginger Baker and Rick Gretsch from Family. This was released in 1969. This is a UK first pressing on the Polydor label. This is excellent condition. This is probably, it's got a small surface scratch on the second side across the last track. You can't really hear it, to be fair. I would put this as a VG plus record with a VG to VG plus sleeve. And yeah, Blind Faith, a really good album actually, if you like that sort of era of rock music, sort of the Cream era. This is really, really good. Eric Clapton's absolutely knocking it out of the park on this album. And I was never really a huge fan of Steve Winwood. I've grown to appreciate Steve Winwood more over the years, and I think this album really shows him to be really, really, really good actually. So yeah, I can't remember how much I paid for this. It wasn't a lot of money. I think it's probably about 15-20 quid. It's a good album and worth picking up. This sleeve is not that rare. It's just not really appropriate. I mean, the girl was 12, I think, when she had this photograph taken. Oh, I don't really know what planet they were on. It was the 60s, I guess. It was a different time, different place, but it's not really appropriate nowadays, is it, in this day and age? But hey ho, it is what it is. They did change the jacket for American audiences, and they also changed it for later UK pressings as well. So, Blind Faith. Right, next one is another explicit cover, but I'm not going to cover this one because they're all over the age of 18, and that is Electric Ladyland, Jimi Hendrix Experience. This is on the Polydor label. This is a reissue, not an original. An original would have been on the Track label. This is a UK pressing, obviously. Jimi Hendrix famously, apparently at the time, didn't like this cover. He hated it. It was only used for a few years, and then it was changed over to the one that we all know, which I'll just put up there now. It was later resurrected, I think, in the early 80s. They reissued it, and this pressing, I think, comes from the early 70s, 72, 73, this pressing. This is a really good album. This was Hendrix when he was going through his, what I call his psychedelic period. Crosstown Traffic's on this. An absolutely stonking version of Voodoo Child, the long jam, which is brilliant. Absolutely love this album. One of my favourite Hendrix albums actually, and this is actually the only Hendrix album I have at the moment. I'm starting to buy Hendrix. Yeah, Electric Ladyland, the Jimi Hendrix Experience. This is in excellent condition. All the records play faultlessly. another good buy from Rewind Records. What I will say is that Martin, I think it's more Martin than Jenny, his wife. I think Martin cleans all of his records before he puts them out in the rack. So when you buy a record from Rewind Records, you know it's been cleaned. He doesn't just buy the collection and put it out in the rack. He doesn't do that. He buys the record. He buys collections. So if you've got a collection that you want to sell, go and check out Martin. He'll probably offer you a good price. But he cleans all his records. So now we're getting on to those two records I bought last weekend. The next lot of records that I'm going to show you are ones that I bought yesterday. So I bought 3 records and I've got one as a freebie, which I'll go over very, very quickly. A couple of them, one of them I'm going to do a shootout video on because I think it'd be interesting to discuss. But yeah, without further ado, the 3 that I bought yesterday was UK first pressing of the Hounds of Love. Now I've already got the reissue of this on the, on the Fish People label, the remastered version. But for those that don't know, the track The Big Sky on this album was changed on the remasters and reissues. When they remastered it, Kate made the decision for whatever reason to put the 7-inch single version of Big Sky on the remastered Hounds of Love album. So if you want the original album version of Big Sky, you're going to have to seek out an original pressing because that's the only way you can get it as far as I know. This is, like I say, a first pressing, pressed at Townhouse in London. This is probably her best album, or one of her 2 best albums. A lot of it, all of her albums are good in one way or another, but I think this has really sort of, really delivered. Famously, when she performed her run of gigs at the Hammersmith Odeon, she performed the entire B-side of this, The Ninth Wave. Yeah, this has even still got the original Virgin Records price sticker on it of £6.99. Yeah, so the Hounds of Love, I will do a shootout video on this one comparing it to the remaster, and there I'll go into a little bit more detail about the differences between the 2 versions of The Big Sky. But yeah, Hounds of Love, Kate Bush. And while we're talking about Kate Bush, we can talk about Peter Gabriel. See what I did there? Peter Gabriel, Kate Bush, they, don't give up. This is a cracking album. I love this album. I had this when I had my original collection and I had to re-buy it. And that is Peter Gabriel Plays Live. Now, I can't remember how much I paid for this, but it was a good deal. I think for these 3 records I paid 50 quid. One of them was up for about 30, she knocked it down to 25. I think that was a Hounds of Love. Because that Hounds of Love is in near mint condition, really, really good condition. This is a double album, Peter Gabriel on his security tour, or as it was then. This is in excellent condition. I mean, there's a few seam splits on the inner sleeves, but these are only paper anyway. They weren't card. So, yeah. These will be rebagged in MoFi inner sleeves. But yeah, Peter Gabriel Plays Live. One of my favourite live albums, actually. I really like this album. Jacket's got a little bit of a split in it there down the bottom, but I'm not really where Peter Gabriel's concerned. I was just pleased to get hold of this. The records are in really good condition. Jacket's got a little bit of a seam split there, so it's probably VG plus ish. A little bit of wear on the corners, but other than that, no, it's a solid player's grade record. And yeah, Peter Gabriel Plays Live. Right, this next one is an odd one. This is a Spanish pressing of this record. I think this one was the one that they had up for 30 quid. Now I don't know if they realised it was a Spanish pressing. I'm wondering if they thought it was a UK first pressing, because UK first pressings are around about 30 quid for this. They knocked it down to 25 for me. But that's Soul Mining by like I say, this is a Spanish pressing on the Epic label. The UK pressings had written in that sort of this font on the label, but this is like, you know, it's just a standard Epic label. You can tell it's Spanish because it's got Estéreo on the label. Then when you read the small print around the rim text, it's all in Spanish, you know. So yeah, a quick Google and a quick dig through Discogs told me this was a Spanish repress, not a first pressing. This is a Spanish repress. The original first pressings had a different colour label. That aside, this is still a good sounding record, and this is going to be a good placeholder for me until I can seek out a first UK pressing, which is one that I'm really after. But I bought it because it was there and I liked the album and I wanted to add it to my collection. So I spent my money, £50, and I got the choice of a mug, a cool wireless charger for my phone, or, you know, a t-shirt. I went for the t-shirts, but they also had a limited amount of a record by, I think it was a local artist who goes under the name of Vapor Trail. It's a band or a single artist, I'm not sure. Don't know much about them, but I'm going to do a little bit more digging around. I had a chance to quickly listen to this, and it's really good. He was playing it in the shop. He had a limited supply of these, and that is Vapor Trail, The Journey to Futures Past. This is on coloured vinyl. This is the inner. Ooh. Oh god, it's tight. It is on blue vinyl as well. I've not actually listened to this yet, but I have listened to it on Spotify, and I listened to some of the tracks that were playing in the store when I was there. So this is really, really good. It's like indie pop rock. It's really, really good actually. This was released in 2018. That's according to the blurb at the bottom. Tracks on this are side 1, Straight Ahead, The White House, Plastic Soul Love, Whatever Happened to the Rolls Royce Rock Stars, and Hanging Out. Then on side 2 you've got Science, Dim Sum, Sandbags, and Can We, Shall We. This is a really good, you know, album from a homegrown artist in the UK, probably lives in Suffolk. I don't know much about Vapor Trail. They have got a Facebook page, I'll link that below. But yes, I got that as part of the freebie as well. So Splendid Day was had yesterday, but oh dog, where are you going? Yeah, Splendid Day was had by me yesterday. The shop was absolutely rammed. It was really, really busy, and that can only be a good thing for Martin and Jenny. Anyway, that said, I'll catch you in the next video. Like I say, hit like and subscribe down below. It really does help make the channel grow. And I shall see you in the next one. I'll probably do a shoot out of Hounds of Love. I have got the Dave Bixby video coming up, which I'm still working on, trying to do some stuff in the background around that. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, bye bye.